Hey guys, finishing a few things at the shop here today because Rafael, my friend, is coming to the shop. He's a physical therapist and also a bike fitter, and he has a studio in Boca Raton, and he's in the area. But today we're gonna look into functional and strength training for cyclists. And that's something, you know, as a bike mechanic and having a shop, I know about bikes and fixing them and tuning up bikes and making them work properly. But us as cyclists, we many times neglect the engine of the bike, that's ourselves, our bodies, right? And we might have weaknesses or muscle imbalances that we have to address, and that will make us more efficient if we address that and avoid any type of pain or any situations that we're having. So he's coming in today, and actually he's right here, and we're gonna discuss a little bit about what a cyclist should do to strengthen, to address something, some pain. And actually I have a history because over 10 years ago, I suffered a bicycle accident and I hurt my knee. And because of that, it's something I need to pay attention. If I start to neglect that, I start to feel a little bit of discomfort. So he's gonna take a look at this, and we're gonna show you a little bit about that. All right, we're recording here. It's gonna be kind of a little bit of a, it's kind of the first time I do something like this. So
me too.
So I even have a little microphone here. So Rafael, as I told you guys, a friend of mine, he has a studio in Boca Raton, but he goes all over Florida, and he's a physical therapist and also a bike fitter. And today, as I told you guys, we're gonna look into, what do you call it? Function.
Like a functional, strengthening, mobility. We're gonna do like an evaluation and see what's going on with you, okay. And then like based on that, we're gonna kind of work on some stuff, on some exercises and everything. They're specific and really good for cyclists too.
So why is this important for a cyclist? So like, usually I have a lot of people in the shop like, oh, I'm having pain in this. I think I need to change my saddle. I need and sometimes that can be the case. Yep. But I see that many people are already tried 3 saddles and they're still having pain, or they're having shoulder pain, so they want to raise their bar or widen their bar or shorten or whatever. And I know in my head, because I've been riding for a long time, that we have to work on our bodies, right? Our muscles.
Exactly. And this is what we're trying to, teach the cyclists. It's not just the bike fit. The bike fit is one of the things. It's when you want to lose some weight, for example, like you're gonna work on your diet, but you need to exercise too. It's not just one thing that's gonna work. You're gonna get something from that, but like if you do like a bunch of different stuff, you're gonna get a better result. And with the cycling, it's the same thing. So I have a lot of people come to me like, hey, my knee hurts or my back hurts, and so I came for a bike fit. So one of the things that I do first is evaluate the cyclist, not just like put the cyclist on the trainer, get the sensors, check the angles, but like what's going on with you? Is there something happening on your body that we need to change, that we need to work on? Or no, okay, it's just a saddle. Oh, the saddle is like too far forward or too far backward. So, and then what I see the most are compensations. So parts on your body, muscles on your body that do not activate as good as other parts. So you create a compensation, and that compensation can lead to like a knee problem or a shoulder or whatever. So that's why this is really important.
So now we're going to evaluate and see if I have any imbalances, muscle imbalances or weaknesses.
Yeah, so you already told me like that you're getting some like knee pain. You have a story like of like falling, like ligaments not like that good. We're going to do some tests here. So I'm going to test your mobility basically and strengthening, and see how you activate some important muscles that we're going to use riding. And then based on that, we're gonna, okay, this is what's going on. I hope I can tell you like what's going on based on the evaluation that we're gonna do today.
Cool. So let's see my weak points. so you evaluated, and what is my problem?
The good thing is that it's a problem that we can fix. So evaluate you, so range of motion, especially on your hips. So you were complaining about your knee, right? So there's like a gap on your knee a little bit from that injury that you had, and that's kind of like your complaint. You normally feel some like knee pain on the right side, the right knee, and I started like evaluating like your hips and how your hip moves, and range of motion is like looks good. Knee looks good, range of motion or normal, and hips looks good. So flexion, rotation, internal rotation, external rotation, so they all looks good. And then we jump to strengthening or activation tasks to see how is your glute activate, because normally what we see with the athletes there and active people, right, is some type of imbalance, like one side kind of like activating way more than the other side. So when I did the test, as you're probably going to see in the video, the test that we did, the right side, especially the glutes, activate way better than your left side, your left glutes, and that's definitely the biggest problem there. So yeah, your right knee hurts, but it's just complaining like from the overload. So that right side is doing too much, while the left side is not doing that much. So when we did the test, you felt that like, oh, I can hold my leg here while like you're trying to move. And when we try the same thing on the other side, you're like, oh, I cannot do it. Like, how do I do that? In your case was the knee, and then it ended up that we found like your knee, it's kind of like your feet, it's kind of like flat. So we work on some muscle activation from the intrinsic muscles on your foot that helps you. So it's all connected. We're all connected. So it's not just one thing.
I thought it was really interesting because like usually, I'm having trouble with my right knee, so I'm gonna work on my knee. I'm gonna put cream on it. I'm gonna, strengthen. Maybe my right leg is weak, and actually it's the opposite sometimes.
Majority of the time it's the opposite side. And if we do things at physical therapy, for example, for your right knee, you're gonna feel better. If you do like ice or some type, I don't know, ultrasound, some type of current, you're gonna feel better. But what's causing the problem is still there, the imbalance. So if you don't work on the imbalance in some days after that, you go like, oh, my knee hurts again. Mm-hmm. Or if you go for a treatment that, okay, we're going to strengthen your right side because your right knee hurts, you're going to feel better. And after like a month or two, you go like, it's hurting again. But like I'm working on it. So we cannot work on the symptom. If you want to fix the problem, we need to work on what's causing the problem. Yeah. So basically that's...
And it was very interesting how, like, when he did the test, how my left glute took a while for me to activate it. And I thought, I do like some glute activation, but it's much weaker than my right glute. So that was very interesting, and I would never figure it out by myself. So it's something I need to work on. So exactly. You're going to show me how, what exercise I have to do.
When a regular patient comes to me that goes through a process to a plan, there's a bunch of exercises. I'm going to show you like, okay, that would be the first one. That would be the first one to do as a patient here. And then basically, as we're coming back and improving that and mastering that exercise, okay, now let's progress to a little bit harder one and then another one. So that's the way that we're going to go until we get to, going to the gym and really like, okay, now let's work on a squat with weights. So if you cannot activate your muscles just lying down on the table, imagine what you're doing like on the pedal, like when you're riding the bike. You're using like different muscles, not the right ones. So that's when you start to get the pain and the discomfort.
All right, so you're going to show me how to do it.
Let's do it. Oh, and by the way, I didn't tell you I didn't give you the diagnosis. You know what your diagnosis is?
What?
Weak S syndrome. This is what you have. I'm sorry, but that was good. So you have weak S syndrome. Not just the majority of them, they go like, that's what we found.
Okay, so you showed me some exercise, and it looked like very basic, like, and I'm gonna do like some crazy squats and some crazy with heavy weight. No, it's like, it's simple, right, to activate?
Exactly. And it should be like simple at the beginning, as simple as possible, because it's like a connection. It's like a brain and muscle connection. If you give like a hard task, you're probably going to find other ways and other muscles that we don't need right now to activate. So as simple as we can be at the beginning, again, it's a progression. So the first one will be like just that. Like you want me to just squeeze my butt and that's it. But more that you do, the faster we're going to feel it. And then like you can progress to other exercises. So yeah, it's simple at the beginning, but like simple but not easy.
No, it's definitely not easy.
You did some here and you go like, okay, I can feel it now.
Yeah.
I'm sweating a little bit. Go,
yeah.
That's it. So you're activating the right spot.
Yeah, interesting. So what is a common thing that cyclists like me have as muscle imbalances?
Majority of the time, this is what I see the most. It's an imbalance on the glutes, like on the hip area and core. So there's a big correlation like glutes and core. So this is what I see the most, an imbalance on right side and left side. And it can create a lot of different stuff. For example, I got clients at the studio there that came to me complaining with like right hand numb, feeling tight. And then when we go for the evaluation, we go like, okay, this side, his left side was not doing like so good. And when I check him on the bike, he was seated towards the right. So then puts more pressure there. But majority of the time, it comes from like this area, like glutes, basically glute imbalance there.
Okay. Yeah, guys, so we need to take care of our asses. And that I think will solve a lot of problems. I hear a lot of people with back pain, so that also.
Yeah, people like, because when you see that imbalance, people come with different like complaints. Like with the same imbalance, I already saw low back people complaining about low back, knee pain like you, or plantar fasciitis, or the hand. And if you don't look pretty close to it, you start to work on only the neck because it's related to the arm, or something on the hands. Oh, it's like a carpal tunnel, like not necessarily. So it's important, that evaluation is really important, but like it normally comes from like this area here. So
thank you so much for coming in, Rafael. All from Boca Raton.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me to come here. It was a pleasure.
It was my pleasure. Guys, that's it. A little different video today than I'm usually doing. I'm usually riding, and sometimes might look interesting, but like me, when I'm with a problem, I start researching on YouTube. What can I do? And sometimes you won't find the answer, but hopefully this will guide you to find a professional, not just to try to put a bandage, but to really find the root cause of the problem, so you can ride comfortably and for a long time and be very efficient. And I think this is a great time if you're starting your season. That's the time of the year that I really start focusing on not just riding, start getting volume, but exercises and identifying what I need to work on. And so now I found my weakness. I need to work on it. And for sure, I will benefit if I do that. I do the work for the whole year. So
you're definitely going to ride better. And it's like about longevity too.
Exactly.
So you definitely want to ride your bike till you get like old, you know, like
Yeah.
you want to do that. It's good. You love that. So if you don't check this now, in 10 years, how it's going to be? It's going to be way worse.
Way worse.
Right? So that's the point. So just longevity in being on the bike.
Exactly.
That's what we like. That's what
Exactly.
we love.
Exactly.
Good.
That's it, guys. I'll see you in our next ride experience. Ciao.